we've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hey everyone, welcome to the reading vlog. So it is Saturday morning right now, it's about 10 o'clock, and so I have taken a shower, as you can see. I hope you love this look. But so I have quite a lot of plans for this weekend, and if you see my last reading vlog, you're gonna be thinking like, is this going to go the same route? I'm hoping not. I'm definitely hoping to get a lot done today. So what definitely needs to happen today is I need to film and edit the video for today, need to film and edit the video for tomorrow. I already filmed them, but I'm not happy with the quality of the footage, so I'm going to be refilming it. So those two things definitely need to happen. And then I also want to go shopping because I need a couple of final Christmas gifts, and so since it is the weekend before Christmas, it would be ideal to get it done today. Shops are still open tomorrow, so if need be I can go tomorrow as well. I need to go to grocery shopping. List just gets longer and longer. What else do I need to do? I need to deliver Christmas cards, and so since my hair is still wet now, I'm not going to be filming at this point in time. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be delivering my Christmas cards. So most of the Christmas cards went by the post, but I have a couple of them that live in the center of Leuven. So I'm going to be delivering those. On my way I'm going to be picking up some Christmas gifts, and then by the time that I get back here, then I'm going to be filming the 2 videos for today, tomorrow, and then so I'll probably do like the editing for the first video right after that, to make sure that I have it in time to go up tonight, and then I'll do my grocery shopping while that one is exporting, and then continue on with the second video. So that sounds like I've got it all together, but a lot of times when I make plans like these, things take up way more time than I calculate them to take up. Or, you know, I don't really make a realistic calculation in any case. I just say like, oh yeah, this and that I should be doing today. So hopefully I'll actually get around to all of those things. But so yeah, we'll have to find out. So that is going to be what I'm going to be doing today. As for my reading, I am currently about 870 pages into The Count of Monte Cristo, so I'm under 200 pages away from the ending of it. But I do think that for the weekend I'm gonna shift away from it. I'm going to be picking something else up. I might read like 2-3 chapters a day still, just to keep progressing forward towards the end of that book. And if I do so, I could actually still finish this book within this reading vlog probably. So I do think that I want to be trying to do that, but I also want to take a little bit of a break from it for a little bit, just because I've been reading nothing else than that for the past week. And I just want to be making sure that I get some progress into some of the other reads on my TBR as well. So probably I'll be picking up Weather by Offill, but I'll talk more about that later. So in terms of The Count of Monte Cristo, I'm actually very happy with the book so far. So I think in some of my past videos I've been saying that, you know, I've been getting into, you know, I've been feeling like it might be a little bit too long, and I definitely think that the book dragged a little bit for me in the middle section, but it's also possibly due to the fact that I read that beginning 360 pages or something in one go, more or less, in 1 month. I read those 360 pages, and I've read the rest of it all together in the month of December. So I've had a break of like 2 months or something in between there, and so it took me quite some time to get back into the story. And we were also being introduced to these new people that I was then a little bit unsure about, like, okay, do we already know this? Should I already know that person? So I got kind of confused a little bit and distracted around the midway section of the book. I still think the midway section is probably also just a little bit slower, and that it's a general experience, but just it was heightened by the fact that I also took that long of a break between the two parts. So would highly recommend you guys to really stick true with it if you're going to read it. Either read it really paced out but continuously over a period of time, or just read it all together in 1 month or so. But so I'm definitely currently on the high. We're definitely getting towards the ending of the story. We've kind of resolved one of the revenge plots already, like two of the revenge storylines I think at this point in time are kind of resolved, and so a lot of things are going down at this point in time. So we kind of see the plan come together, and maybe parts of the plan not taking place in the way that the Count of Monte Cristo might have foreseen either. But so I'm eager to see how this is going to round off, and I've definitely been enjoying not just the Count of Monte Cristo storyline, but also some of the side lines. I very much love the Maximilien and Valentine's love story, for example. I'm very eager to see what is happening there, because there's also a lot of intrigue happening in that household. So yeah, that is going to be my update for Count of Monte Cristo for the moment. I won't update you guys on it in the weekend, but probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm intending to finish this book.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Ooh. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away.
So it is about 1 o'clock. I'm back from the city center. So it took about 2 hours to go and post all of the Christmas cards that I had to do, and to get like the gifts that I still needed to get. So I just have one gift that I need to get, but I've done like click and collect for that, and that's a store that's really like 500 meters away from here or something like that. So I mean, that's going to be a very short trip whenever that confirmation comes in that they've put it aside for me. But so yeah, it is beginning of the afternoon, so I'm gonna be filming now. Problem is that it's a very dark day. It's very typical Belgian weather, so it's raining a whole lot the entire day. But I think I'll probably be fine in terms of lighting. So yeah, that's what it's at now. Now I have to start filming and editing so that I have a video out tonight. And then I guess more towards the late afternoon, I'll get around to going to the store. I definitely want to go to the store because I don't think I really have anything to eat. You know, I have some vegetables, but yeah, I can, in worst case scenario, I can make a pasta probably, and I can still get, yeah, I still have some tomato sauce as well. So I could still make a pasta, I guess, because I have tomato sauce. Pretty sure I still have mushrooms and tomatoes and peppers. Probably will definitely have beans and lentils, so I could definitely go for a pasta instead, and then I could be super lazy. However, I also want crisps, so I'm gonna go to the store. Hey guys, it is 8 o'clock at night now, and so I finished all my chores. Except for one, because I still need to go to the click and collect and get that Sims game that I ordered. But I also got an email that they're open on Sunday, so basically I just told myself, like, you know what, I'll just go and get it tomorrow, and then, you know, that's it for today. So I just edited my video for tomorrow. So I have both videos filmed and edited. I went to deliver my Christmas cards. I got all the gifts that I still need. I pre-ordered the one that I will collect tomorrow. And yeah, that's basically it in terms of what I needed to do today. So it is now 8 o'clock. I definitely did take a long break in between there as well at some point in time. You know, it's not like I've only just it's not like I've been scrambling to get everything done and I'm only now done at 8. You know, I definitely did take a very long break, like between 5 and 7 or something like that. So I definitely did have quite a lot of time off as well. But so I think I'm now going to be diving into a book actually. So I'm going to be reading Weather by Jenny Offill. So this is a book that I've mentioned multiple times on my channel. Now I've forgotten what this book is about, more or less. But so this was on my anticipated reads for 2020 video. I purchased it in March, I think. I first put it on a TBR in May or April. I've since put it on multiple TBRs, at the very least 3 in the year of 2020, before December. And I still haven't read it. It's the book that I feel most guilty about not reading. So it's happening. It needs to get done. I need to finish this book before the end of 2020. So it's basically a general fiction book. It is relatively short. It's like just over the 200 page mark or even just under. And all I really know is that this is some person who needs to, for her job, look into like very diverse subjects and need to look for answers to very diverse questions. And I think we're going to be diving mainly into like climate change as a result of her research, but I'm hazy about it. But I will say that on the back is a, like, is it a blurb? You know, it's praise from another author. It's praise from a couple of other authors, and most of them I know. But it is also praise from Max Porter, who is the author of Lanny, which is possibly my favorite book of all time. So reading that has definitely made me a lot more excited to dive into the book at this point in time. And so I'm hoping that this is another case of me just putting something off for no reason. I've only heard great things about this book, so I don't know why I've been so hesitant to dive into it. But let's change that. Let's dive in right now. Hello! So it is at the moment Tuesday evening, and my editing self is just so tired of updating every single day, uploading every single day, I mean. But so yeah, I think the best thing for me to do is I've just signed off of work. Best thing for me to do would just be really take a break now and just like prepare some food, read a little bit further, and just really not do anything editing wise until like, I don't know, 7 or so. So just take a 2-hour break at this point in time, because the video that I need to edit now, I don't know, I'm not very excited about it, based off of the first footage that I've been trying to edit, and there's just so much footage on it. I really talked for way too long with that one, and it's not something that I can redo, so I need to kind of spend a lot of energy on the editing process. So yes, not looking forward to that. But you will have seen that I've received some things in the mail. So I received my art prints from Ashley from A Frolic Through. So I received my art prints from Ashley from A Frolic, my Jesus. So I received my art prints from Ashley from A Frolic Through Friction. This is such a tongue twister. I've really tried to say this 3 times already. A Frolic Through Fiction. Alright, perfect. And But I also received today, and I hadn't had a notification that it was shipping, so I was kind of confused when it arrived. But so I received my Stormlight Archive bauble. So Brand Sanderson basically has his own charity, and apparently every single year they make these types of baubles. And so I found out about this somewhere earlier this year. I think it was in one of his like newsletters that you could order a bauble to support charity. And yeah, hell, I need my Stormlight Archive bauble, so that's what I just received in the mail. It's so beautiful. I'm also kind of petrified because it's like a real glass bauble, which I always love, you know. It takes me back to my childhood when all of them used to be real glass, but I also have cats, so they've been pretty good about the Christmas tree this year, so hopefully they also will stay that way. But so yeah, in terms of reading, so I think when I last updated you guys it was a weekend, and so I was still reading Weather by Jenny Offill. I have not finished it. I am like at page 160 or something like that, so I did get like 3/4 of the way or something done in the weekend, but I haven't been picking it up at the moment because I've been focusing on Count of Monte Cristo. And with that, I've got good news because I'm like 90 pages away from the end at this point. I listened to about 90 pages of this yesterday. Like, wasn't my intention. I wanted to make up some of the time that I'd lost because I'd intended to read a little bit during the weekend and that hadn't happened. But when I was listening to it, when I was in bed in the evening, normally I fall asleep quite easily at that point in time, and so I don't get a lot of reading done in that sense. But now I was just like very present for the book. I was staying awake for it, so I really at some point just had to be like, you know what time is it actually already, because I've been listening to this for quite some time, and then decide to put it down again. And so I have some 90 pages left to go. It'll be a little bit less today because I had to go to the eye doctor for a checkup, which turned out to be like perfect eyesight. She's saying she doesn't know that at this distance I cannot tell whether I'm in focus, for example. At this distance I just can, but like if it's a little bit further away, if it's like a meter away, I can no longer tell whether I'm in focus or not, and that used to be different. But so I apparently have perfect eyesight, so great. But what was the point of mentioning that? Yeah, so when I was going there and when I was cycling back, I did listen to the audiobook a little bit more. Could have done so much more because I basically spent an hour in the waiting room waiting for my turn. But of course, because, you know, they can call you at any minute, I didn't want to listen to the audiobook at that point in time, and I didn't haul that massive book with me. So that's an hour of my time in which I was just doing nothing. But so yeah. That's what they always say, you need to not hurry all the time, not be busy with something every single moment of your life. Take moments to just reflect and think and do nothing. I definitely did that. Alright, one day later, so it is Wednesday evening now. I am close. Cat tried to jump onto the sofa but missed. I'm close to finishing out the vlog, but I am going to be finishing the Count of Monte Cristo first. So I left it out with like 20 pages left yesterday evening in the audiobook, you know, the equivalent of 20 pages in the audiobook. So I'm going to be finishing that now. I don't know what the story is going to round off to. I will say that I've enjoyed that, especially towards the end. We've definitely also seen, what I definitely did enjoy was also that towards the end there is this scene where the Count of Monte Cristo is questioning whether he did the right thing, whether he had any sort of a right to do it, even though there's also a lot of like discussion later on again in which he's saying that it was God who sent him on this path, God who chose him for this mission. And so that part of it I find, I was kind of hoping that we're gonna go, you know, that's something that he's kind of saying at the beginning, and I was kind of hoping how towards the end he would kind of see that it is selfish revenge story, and that if he's hurting people who didn't really harm him in any way or shape or form, then that would also, that he would have some sort of reflection on that. And he did at some point really feel like, oof, what have I done? But it seems like we're going back on that at this point in time. So that's like a tiny qualm I have with that. But so apart from that, I must say that I really enjoyed the Count of Monte Cristo. I think I said earlier in this vlog or last week's vlog that there's this middle section that didn't really flow as well to me. Like, because we have a huge time jump there to start with, so we kind of have to be reacquainted with the Count of Monte Cristo. We have to figure out who this count is versus who Edmond Dantès was, the person who we've been acquainted with up until then, but also the previous cast that we had of the wrongdoers. We kind of have to catch up to where they are in their circumstances, and we are introducing a huge cast surrounding that, and every single member that you are introduced to is basically going to be important to the overall plot. So that was kind of my qualm at that midway point, that I was kind of seeing like, it's making things so complex, and is that really necessary? Is it really necessary? Maybe not, but it also does pay out. I do definitely feel like everything comes together very well towards the ending, and I didn't really have any sort of feeling towards the ending now of feeling like, meh, that particular person or that particular storyline could have been left out and I would have been fine with it, because in the end I very much like where we went with most of these storylines, with all of these storylines. So I'm just going to be finishing it out now, and then I'll quickly chat to you guys afterwards, but I might still try to finish Weather as well today, but I don't know yet whether I'm gonna do that. So yeah, talk to you guys later.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Ooh. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away.
So I finished my reading plans for today. I finished Count of Monte Cristo, so I think I already shared my thoughts earlier. Don't really think I have much to add to that. Did like the final words, but I still also think that there's something with the Count of Monte Cristo at the very end where he's kind of toying with somebody's emotions, and you know, he seems to be waiting until that person is at it's his like lowest point before he's going to relieve that person's despair, which that didn't age very well in my opinion, but you know, apart from that I definitely still loved it a whole lot. So it's not my new favorite classic. War and Peace definitely stays up there along with Persuasion. This one was very good. I think it's probably like 4.5 stars, something like that. But you know, there were certain things about the middle section that just didn't really work for me. But I did actually, two elements that I really loved that I haven't mentioned yet is there's like possible asexuality representation. So there's this woman, Eugénie Danglars, who's very much not interested in finding a husband, in entering into any sort of relationship. She just wants to live on her own, live independently, be able to support herself through her art. So it doesn't necessarily have to be asexuality rep, of course. It can just be somebody who doesn't want to be constricted by marriage, but she is also like shown as having zero interest in men in any case throughout the book, so it's possible for it to be asexuality rep. And then there's also this disabled character who plays quite a central role. So I don't necessarily think there's much to be discussed in terms of the way in which his disability is represented. However, he is somebody who cannot share his voice, he cannot speak, and so he needs to kind of communicate. He's also paralyzed, so he can only communicate through, you know, certain way of blinking or certain expressions, but his communication is like quite central to the plots, and so I very much liked how we have this sort of person who is in principle considered to be incapable of communicating with people anymore, who is going to prove to be very crucial at certain points within the plots. So yeah, that's the kind of Monte Cristo, but I also finished Weather in the meantime, and I gotta say that I cannot make up my mind about that book. I think in the end I'm gonna land on like a 2.5 star rating because I liked the writing and I flew through it. But it is also so fragmentary and it's from such a distance that I can also not say that I really got something out of it. It was a very fragmentary look at this woman's life and at what was taking place within her mind, things that she was thinking of, things that are occupying her and are occupying everybody at this time. Very much looking at, the anxiety over the 2016 US election and then the looming climate change and what that means for our future, for the future of our children. And so, yeah, I mean, it did interesting things. And as I said, I really loved the writing style, and there are definitely certain things that I really loved about it. But at the end of it, I was just left feeling like, okay, what was that? And because it was so fragmentary, I also didn't feel like there was any sort of closure to the book or anything like that. There wasn't any sort of plots that it concluded. There wasn't any sort of message that it got across. So it just felt like it was a snippet, and it could have been 5 times as long, half as long, and it wouldn't have really made a difference in terms of the content that we were looking at. It kind of reminded me actually of Duck's New Report, which is funny because Duck's New Report is like over 1,000 pages. This is like just over 200, it's like 201 pages. And so it's funny to see them compared to one another, but I do think that they're both really like about the interior. It's both about the anxiety of our times and both looking at the way in which these two women have the mental, and both looking at the mental and emotional reaction of these two women against in these times. But so yeah, all in all, I think it's forgettable. Let's say it like that. I like the writing style, but it's forgettable and it won't have much of an impact on my reading year, which is such a shame because I really had high hopes for it and I felt so much guilt for not having read it yet, and now I'm just like, okay, I read it. Yay for me, I guess. But so yeah, on that note, let me end this reading vlog here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know whether I'll have a reading vlog up next week or not, but definitely somewhere in between that time I will have a 24-hour reading vlog up, because on Boxing Day, so the day after Christmas, I don't know whether you also call it Boxing Day in the US, but so on Boxing Day I will be doing a 24-hour readathon. I will be sleeping, so I won't do a full 24-hour readathon, but that vlog will be coming your way somewhere next week. So you do have that to look forward to. Apart from that, as I said, I'm not sure whether I'll be vlogging next week or whether I'll be taking a little bit of break from that. I didn't include one in the schedule that I've foreseen for my daily filming, so maybe I'll just see if I have something to vlog or not. But so yeah, to everybody watching this on Christmas Day who celebrates, Merry Christmas, and to everybody else, I hope you're having a lovely day as well. So yeah, see you guys for the next one. Bye!